Hey guys, welcome back. Great to be with you. If I look a little bit tired, it's because I am. I have a newborn son at home. He's about 4 months old, and I often stay up late at night to feed him and take care of him. Actually, last night, I'm excited to report that I put in a couple hours of work on the next edition of the language learning game that we're playing online every Saturday. That's heading into Language Land 2. I spend a lot of time communicating with artists. There's maybe about four artists I'm actively communicating with right now, and they're working on maybe about 7 different pieces are sort of in the pipeline. I have a goal to have about half of the artwork I need done by the end of the summer. So I was really tired last night. It was Sunday night and early in the morning, Monday morning, but I decided to work on that and then, of course, take care of my son and feed him and change him, which is always really nice in the quiet of the early morning to bond with him. But in today's video, this may start to be a little bit of a Monday tradition where I summarize last Saturday's game and then talk about the upcoming Saturday game. So if you like learning foreign languages, if you like gaming, if you're interested in meeting new people from around the world, especially positive, fun-loving people, I really want you to open up your ears, take a listen to what we're doing, and consider to join us. Last Saturday, we had an incredible Turkish game, and I got to start off by thanking our host, Sinan, of that game, who's a native Turkish speaker. He's going to become, I believe, a more stable, more regular host moving forward. That last Saturday was kind of like a training day for him. He and I were both in the room, and he did an amazing job. I can see he has a natural talent and maybe some real life experience as a teacher, as a coach. So if you're interested to learn Turkish, he's going to be there more and more in the future to not only teach the game, but also to teach you Turkish and speak Turkish with you. In the room was Chow and Larissa. I'll mention that those two ladies first of all because they've been some of our top gamers since we started this whole thing in 2023. Chow is learning Turkish and Mandarin. Larissa is learning many languages. She's a self-taught polyglot. Similarly to Adeline, who is also in the room. Now, Adeline was a new player and a new friend, so thank you for coming out to try this. I hope you'll join us again. Adeline, also a polyglot, studying many languages. And then Emina was in the room, and I think this might be her third time coming out or so. I don't know if she's learning more languages than Turkish, but her Turkish seemed really good. I'm kind of messing up. I'm fumbling my words a little bit right now because I'm so tired. I think I got about 5 hours of sleep or so. But anyways, bear with me. So we had an amazing Turkish game. Sinan did an excellent job as the host. I hope this group can continue to grow strong. And one of the really cool things is that some of the players, like Chow and Larissa, will be in other game rooms. So once people get to know each other, and if they're learning more than one language, they start to see each other in more than one game event each month. And that's when we really start to see the exponential returns of what we're doing. So what are we doing exactly, and what is the upcoming game? Well, the next game is going to be for Spanish, and the exact date and time you can see in the title of this video. But it should be, is it the 29th? Is that the next Saturday? It should be the upcoming Saturday, the 29th at 9 a.m. New York City time. I think that's Eastern Daylight Time right now in the United States. So why do we choose this time? It gives everybody in the world a pretty good chance to be able to join. That will be morning time in the Americas, afternoon for Europe, Middle East, Africa, and evening for Asia. And this enables me to always be able to be a backup host So whether we have a team of people who work together to host a lot of different games, and I always want to be able to be a backup in case they fall through. I want to be really reliable for the players who are coming out. So I like to have sort of redundant systems or backup systems in case something goes wrong. We can always deliver the results to you. We can always deliver the value to you. So, this time works out to be about 9 p.m. on Saturday night for me. I'm living here in China. So, if anything goes wrong, I'm available to step in and help to run the game. But the next game is going to be Spanish, and we have an amazing host named Sirma. Now, Sirma, she's been a contact of mine for a long time now because she was one of my first ever customers who bought a real deck of my cards. We've stayed in touch since that time, and now, look, she's a host of our online game events. I didn't even do online game events when I first met her. It was years afterwards when I developed these online language learning games that we're playing now. So it's awesome that our friendship's been able to deepen. She's been doing an absolutely fantastic job as a host. People really love the way that she teaches. She's from the Canary Islands, so she speaks Spanish and English fluently, and Mandarin has been one of the target languages in her life. She's spent time in China, and that's something that she and I can also relate on as we share the same target language, which is Mandarin. But in this case, she's teaching Spanish. So if you're a Spanish learner and you want to try this game, you really gotta sign up. Go to languagecardgames.com. That's where you can always see the upcoming schedule and sign up to play. I think this game is going to fill up pretty dang quick if it's not already filled up. There's been a lot of interest for the Spanish game that has built up over time. It's obviously a very popular language, and Sirma is a very popular teacher. Now, a little bit of background to what we're doing. We've been playing the online version, the virtual version of this game. It's called Heading Into Language Land. This is my latest and greatest card game that I designed. So we've been playing the online version of it since about April of 2023. Here's one of the game cards, for example. You encounter different characters, places, and weapons, and you talk about different topics on the cards. Like this one has hobby, instrument, landmark, idiom. The topics go from easy to hard on every single card. And what happens is you roll a dice to find out what you should talk about. And you move around to different cards and you try to collect different cards, battle different people, earn some points. The points are just kind of like a gimmick. They don't really matter. The main point is learning together. And we try to have a very collaborative, very inclusive environment. We allow people to look up answers, to share answers, to teach each other. So normally there's maybe a little bit of a healthy competitive flavor where we're joking with each other and trying to beat each other, but really that doesn't even exist very much. The main point is the collaboration and the sharing of stories and concepts and words related to the target language. And usually we have a high-level speaker or a native speaker of the target language for the game in the room to help teach and to help guide. One common question that people will often ask is, how do I answer the topic? Do I say a word, or do I just talk about it as much as I can? It really depends on your level. Most people tend to say single words that match the topic or provide an example of the topic. So like if the topic was animals, they would say dog or cat in their target language. But higher level speakers of the language might like to say a full sentence. And the best of the best, quote unquote, may even like to enter into a short dialogue or have a short conversation with other people to talk a little bit about maybe something that's going on in their life related to the topic. So it's really adaptable, and we welcome all levels, and we encourage people to just say what feels right to them according to the level that they're at. So yeah, to circle back, we've been doing these games every Saturday since April of 2023. I think we've had somewhere around 65 online game events since that time for probably about 10 or 12 different languages. The main groups we have right now are for Mandarin, Japanese, Spanish, and Turkish, but sometimes we hold pop-up events for other languages, and we try to grow other groups. So in the future, you're going to see maybe an Italian game, I think, is on the schedule right now. Larissa said she might like to help us out and do a Portuguese game. And if there's a target language you're really interested in that you don't see on the schedule right now, we could potentially hold a game for that language too. You just have to let me know and help me find some interested people, and then we'll do that. We'll put it on the schedule. And the nice thing about this game is you can use it with any target language. It's set up to help you review and enrich any target language that you're after. So a person like Larissa, who she's learning the languages of all our core groups, and she knows how to play the game very well. So she can come out every Saturday if she wants to and get that enrichment for whatever target language it's in. So the more languages you're after, the more we're able to help you. But if you're just learning one of them, that's okay too. Just come out once a month, get some of that enrichment. As the groups grow stronger and stronger, we may be able to set more and more game events each month. But for right now, once a week, every Saturday, is good enough for me. I'm pretty busy, especially with my newborn son. Now, some people may object and say, well, the games, can they really help you learn a foreign language? I mean, I think I'd rather just study by myself or join a class. Well, keep doing those things. I'm not saying you should supplant or replace your traditional modes of study with just gaming with us. This is a way to provide that necessary enrichment which motivates people, which lets them have fun, which gets them actually meeting people and conversing with people from around the world. And you're going to learn some new things, not only because the game will encourage you to speak about different topics, but because the people you're going to meet from all over the world, they all have totally different backgrounds, and they're learning very different things to speak about in that same target language as you. So it's incredibly, incredibly eye-opening, mind-opening, enriching, and you're just going to make some incredible new friends. That's been one of the greatest parts about all of this. So if you're interested, you can watch more about this game right here on my YouTube channel, Heading into Language Land. You can look for that playlist on the homepage of my channel. Don't look at the Heading into Language Land 2 playlist because that's showing game development for the next edition. Look for the standard Heading into Language Land playlist. You can also go to languagecardgames.com. You will always see the upcoming schedule there. You can sign up there. There's also a leaderboard where we're tracking our top players' progress, and we're going to be awarding prizes at the end of the year. So my goal is to keep you motivated and to reward you for sticking with your target language, whatever that target language may be. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye for now.